My Hebrew Israelites, brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Welcome back. This is your Moray, Dr. Yeshu, and we just want to take this moment to thank you for your subscriptions, for your likes, and also for your comments. And we trust and pray that things are going well with you. My brothers and sisters, today, we wake up to another day, and understand that they're still fighting down there in Israel. And just keep praying for Yahuwah's grace and mercy upon those people, okay? Because many, many innocent people are dying. Many innocent people are dying, and wicked-hearted people are causing all of these, confusion and, death and violence and so on. But, just keep praying and trusting that Yahuwah will watch over his people. Okay, and as the world stand by and look, many people are saying the Hamas is right, and then many are saying they're wrong. And Yahuwah knows, he knows that these people don't mean well, and he's going to control. He's going to control. I don't know why war have to come, but war has always been, and the wicked-hearted people are always the one getting away with it. But you think they're getting away with it from men, but they're not getting away with it from Yahuwah, because Yahuwah is going to punish them, and their punishment is going to be worse than what they're giving to other people right now. So let's keep praying and trusting for peace and for those who have lost loved ones, that Yahuwah will give them the comfort that they need as they go through this time. It's time of trouble. Pray for the countries and the governments and the leaderships and everyone, and we know that our country is sending help, and other countries probably sending help too. But, the suffering and all of those people that are really having serious trouble down there, we ask that, you'll continue to pray for them as we pray this morning. Continue to pray for them. And that, we don't know why these things happen, but like we said in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who can know it? This is why people are doing the evil that they're doing and involved in right now. In Psalm 32, verse 4, we're dealing with basically confession and forgiveness. And verse 4 says, "For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me." A Psalm of David, and it's speaking of the time when he was in trouble and was going through all kinds of these different situations as, the enemy was coming up against him. He said, "For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me. My maestro is turned into drought of summer and Selah." Like the end of a stanza. Day and night. A few in the last verse, in verse 3, we talk about Yom day. Okay, the word day. Okay, and here is Yomam. We're dealing with the word Yomam, day and night. Day and night. They say Yomam. he's talking about the daytime, day by day, day by day. And he said, thy hand, that Yahweh's hand was heavy upon him. It was a daily, he's experiencing Yom daily. And so it was a time continually, each day he got up, to face the day. Whether it's a hot day, whether it's a cold day, whether it's a warm day, whether it's a winter day, whether it's from sunrise to sunset, from sunset to the next, the pace of time, he was going through trouble. He was going through trouble. And he felt like Yahweh's hand was heavy upon him. In the process of time, he felt that. And sometimes, my brothers and my sisters, we find ourselves into a situation where we feel the same way when things are not going the way, we would like them to go. Okay? Night, the word night here is layil. And it's like Lamed, Yod, and Lamed. Layil. When you talk about the day, the day for day and night. When you talk about the word day here, it is Yomam, and the night is Layil. The day Yomam is Yod, Vav, Mem, and Mem. And so here we see that in verse 4, he's talking about, the daytime. And in the night, he's talking about nighttime. So he's experiencing this day and he's experiencing night. Layil, Layela, night. It talk about it like a midnight season. Talk about the midnight season. Some people is talking about, say, man, it is a twist away of the light, night figuratively. But when you talk about the night here, sometimes, it could be adversity, all kind of stuff. It's like adversity come upon you, and a lot of things happen to people too, and it happened to them in the nighttime. Like when people want to hurt people, most time they don't go in the daytime. They go in the nighttime when they think nobody else see them. And when they think you're not going to be able to get the help that you need. So adversity, problem, come upon you. Problem come upon you. And he said his hand, Yad, was heavy upon him. Yad was heavy upon him. And the word Yad there is Yod and Dalet. And he said that it was heavy upon him. And when he talk about his hand here, he is talk about, like power, means direction, distinction from, when we talk about like a great variety of application, the word is used. And figuratively, it speaks of the armhole, it speaks of, border, it speaks of bounty, it speaks of, something by charge, the coast, consecrate, creditor, custody. It is used in such a great variety of debt, dominion, fellowship, force, from hand, staves. He talks about, strong power, Sometimes he is talking about, strength, And sometimes it talks about terror. You know, when you talk about his hand was heavy upon me, there is like, you know, terror. Some people, like right now, we see down there, the Hamas people, they're terrorizing the people. So we talk about terror, something strong, heavy. The thumb, sometimes he used with the iron fist. You know, the thumb. You know, thumb is supposed to be the strongest of all the fingers, right? And sometimes we have that connotation, you know, where people are ruling, you know, they're presumptuous in what they do. And we talk about terror, you know, we talk about power. And the idea is to inflict pain, you know, upon people. All right. So that's what the word is used here. And so when David said Yahweh's hand was heavy upon him, you know, is a karbad, is the word heavy here is karbad or karbed. That means heavy or weighty or burdensome, you know. And so the word karbad here is ket, bet, and lamed. I mean dalet rather. Ket, bet, and dalet. And what he's saying here is that you know, the heavy hand. You ever sometimes people say that someone ruled with a heavy hand, weighty, but in most cases it said burdensome, that, you know, and my brothers and sisters, sometimes we're going through that kind of situation where heavy burden, you know, and we're depending on our Heavenly Father, you know, to help us to lift the heavy burden. And David is saying here that, you know, he's experiencing the weight. He was under pressure, and he feel that Yahweh's hands was heavy on him, you know. And sometimes we blame Yahweh for something that, you know, we bring on ourselves, you know, not necessarily that he did it, you know. You know, we're going through something, sometimes we chose a way, you know, and the way that we chose is not the right way. And so sometimes we have to suffer through, you know, and you know, experience pain because of our own doing. It's like, you know, certain kind of thing that agree with the body, right? And we decide that we love it anyhow. We don't care. We love it anyhow, even though it doesn't agree with us and our system, you know. And we're gonna participate. My brothers and sisters, we as Hebrew Israelite people, our body is made up differently from most other races of people, right? There are certain things we can eat and it's good for us, and there are certain things we can't eat. Too much of it. For instance, they said we as Hebrew Israelite people, we maintain a lot of, you know, what we would refer to as you know, so like some meat, right, have certain kind of enzyme and different things, and we can eat it, but we can't eat too much of it. Protein. So our body itself maintain a lot of protein. So if you go and you eat a whole lot of protein, meat with protein, you know, full of protein, and we're adding to you know, to protein, adding to protein, and too much of that is not good for you either. But we have to have protein in our bodies, but we have to know how to balance it, you know. Like, I love to eat a lot of sweet stuff. I have to cut back on that too, because that's not good for you. A lot of salt is not good for the body. It's, you know, salt is good for you. You know, you need the iodine. You know, the iodine in the body. You need that to help the body going. But too much of it is not good either. And so sometimes we take upon ourselves stuff that is not good for us, and then, we want to blame it on Yahweh, say Yahweh is punishing me. Oh, my brothers, my sisters, if we eat stuff and we participate in stuff and we go to places that is not good for us, my brothers, my sisters, let me tell you what, we're going to suffer. This is because we're going against a law of nature, a law of nature. And we will suffer for it. We will suffer for it. We eat a lot of stuff, and we just, because we love it, we just keep eating it and eating it and eating it, and we overeat. And my brothers and sisters, that is not good for us either. So we have to do things in moderation. Yahweh gives us things to enjoy, and we must enjoy it in moderation. Praise be to His name. Praise be to His name. And so look at me. So it said, His hand was heavy upon me. So we talk about kabod and kabed. So here, weighty or burdensome, abundant, just something abounding, or something more grievously afflict. This is chargeable. And to be heavy, that is in a bad sense, burdensome, severe, dull, or in a good sense, make numerous or rich or honorable, and to positively to make weighty. That is in the same two senses there, abounding with more. And then we can say the person is grievously afflicted, and then it can be at the same time glorifying, So we can be made to give glory to Him, to Yahweh, and then at the same time it can be great, and it can be grievous, and it can be hardened, it can be heavy. Something can lay heavily on you, that is not giving glory to Yahweh, and pulling you down, and then something can be honorable, where Yahweh gets the honor and glory from it, and you get the blessings from it, So, my brothers, my sisters, it can be noble, and it can be ignoble. Something can be prevail, and something can promote you. Something can honor you. Something can make you rich spiritually and sometimes financially. And then something can be sore. Something can be sore, my brothers, my sisters. Something can be sore. And he said, listen what he said. For day and night the hand was heavy upon me. My moisture turned into drought of summer. And he says, Selah. The word here is turn, is the word ha-fak. Ha-fak. And what is talking about here, my brothers and sisters, is the word to turn or to overturn. To turn or to overturn. The word, he, fe, and ke. And the word here, my brothers and my sisters, is talking about to turn something, to overturn something, to become, to change, or to be converted, to give, to make a bed, or do something overthrow, turn something to perverse, to turn about or over, by implication, to change, to return. And so change come, my brothers and sisters. Be converted to give, to make. Sometimes it is retire, sometimes it is tumble, sometimes it's like turn again, or turn aside, or to turn back. And in the contrary, turn every way. And so on. And so this is what the psalmist is saying here. My brothers, my sisters, my time is gone, and we just completed verse 4, and the next session we will deal with verse 5. And so we're going to ask you, my brothers, my sisters, to be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.